me. Towel, power, clock, correct, time for the big boss with the hot sauce. You see, that's me. I am the Geator with the heater being on the record. Up with a single, rotten bop and chip bone. Once again, let me say greetings and salutations to the entire population of this half fantastic nation. My name is the Geator, the big boss with the big hot sauce, and you're on the air here. You're on the air everywhere. And tonight, a tribute to a man who recorded more songs, to a man who recorded and wrote more songs than any other artist in the 60s. I'm talking about the great Smokey Robinson. The year is 1966 when Smokey records it and writes that particular song. He gets his name, by the way, because he loves westerns. As a kid, he goes see the cowboy movies, and he sees a character. The guy's name is Smokey, and he becomes known to his friends as Smokey. William Robinson, we salute this man tonight. Touch that set line, Pat, we will return. Much more with Smokey. Smokey Robinson. He's born in Detroit. At a very early age, he meets his mentor, the man that creates the sound of Smokey Robinson. That man's name is Mr. Berry Gordy. In 1958, Smokey records a song for Berry, which Berry writes, a song called Bad Girl. They take the master to New York City and they sell it to the folks in New York at Gone End and Chess. This begins the career of Smokey. But in 1960, when Berry Gordy starts the Tamala label, the first artist that he records is Smokey Robinson. And in 1966, one of the gigantic top 10 records by Smokey Robinson is a song called You Really Got a Hold on Me. And it's a takeoff from Sam Cooke's Bring It On Back. This is Smokey Robinson.
I don't like you, but I love you. Seems that I'm always thinking of you. So you treat me badly. I can't help but to love you, man. You really got a hold on me.
performer. You have to make that judgment. It's interesting because from 1960 to 1970, Smokey Robinson, Wild with the Miracles, they have 18 top 10 records. Right now, it is my pleasure to go to the Geator Phonovision and let you see and hear my main man, Mr. Smokey Robinson. Smokey, my man, I gotta ask you this question now. Is it true that you got your nickname because you love the Westerns?
Oh yeah, love the Westerns. I was a cowboy fanatic.
That's incredible. You know, Smokey, I have said to our viewers, I don't know if you are a better performer or if you are a better songwriter or if you are a better business person. You've been a vice president of Motown. I mean, it is incredible the career that you've had. I mean, did you ever think that after all of these years, your songs that you have written, not only for yourself, but for the Motown folks, will be as timeless as they are?
I hope so, man. You know, I really did, because when I write a song, I hope I'm writing a song. You know, I don't want to write a record. I want to write a song. I want to write a song that many, many people will want to record, that people can listen to 100 years from now and it will still be significant, that people can sing and play and all that after I'm gone, man. I want my songs to live on, so I hope that I'm writing a song when I write.
Yeah. Smokey, when you were growing up in Detroit, your first introduction to rock and roll, who were the guys that influenced you?
I think the first man who ever flabbergasted me was Clyde McPhatter. And then there was Jackie Wilson, Sam Cooke, Frankie Lyman.
You know, the style that you developed, that high falsetto sound, you know, if I listen to some of the old Sarah Vaughan songs, I hear a little bit of Smokey. Did she influence you at any point in your life?
I always had this high voice, and I was really into Sarah. I mean, Sarah to me is like an instrument. I mean, she does things with a song. The only person comparable to her as far as singing a song like that to me is Ella Fitzgerald. I mean, they do things with songs just like instruments. And her treatment for a song has been a big influence on me and on my life and on singing and what have you. The first person I remember hearing as a child who influenced me like that was Sarah Vaughan.
That's interesting. What other male performer at that time was singing that high with almost that female sound? Do you remember?
The first cat who I heard sounding like that was Clyde McPhatter.
And how about Nolan Strong?
Yeah, Nolan Strong was after Clyde, though, because Clyde was singing this song, Have Mercy Baby, with Billy Ward and the Dominoes, okay?
Exactly.
So I heard this record, I thought he was a woman singing this song. And then Billy Ward and the Dominoes came to the Broadway Capitol Theater in Detroit, Michigan, where I grew up, and I went to see them. And here's Clyde singing these songs, man. And the chicks are going berserk, okay? So that let me know it was all right.
Isn't that amazing? I tell you, that's wild. Smokey, after all of the years, though, I mean, and the tours and the writing and running here, running there, has there ever been a point in your life where you feel, look, I just want to get away from it all?
No, man. I want to be active. Right now, my tomorrow says that I want to be active. I want to continue to do what I'm doing. I mean, I love what I'm doing, man. I love every phase and every aspect of my life.
But was there ever a point in your life when you did back off that smoke?
I backed off one time when I left the Miracles. You know, I went on this 3-year hiatus or whatever it was, because at that point I thought I was actually through with the outer edges of the music business. I would be actually, you know, I was a vice president of Motown, so I'd just do that, and perhaps I would manage some people and write some songs and produce some other people, but I would never do it again myself. That was my attitude about it. After 3 years of that particular phase, I was climbing the walls, man, because I love doing what I'm doing.
You do what you do.
So, well, thanks, man. But so I don't think that I'm gonna detach myself from it or retire, so to speak, anytime soon again.
My main man, we don't want you to retire. As a matter of fact, we don't want you to retire because we're going to be right back with Smokey Robinson. But first, we've got to take a little break.
Hi, this is Smokey Robinson, and you're listening to my main man, the Geator with the heater, Jerry Blavat.
I did you wrong. My heart went out to play, but in the game I lost you. What a price to pay. I'm crying.
without a doubt, the most marvelous lyrics in the entire world. You're back on the air with yours truly, the Geator, and we're talking with my buddy Smokey. Smokey, let me ask you a question. You have written these tremendous, tremendous songs. What happens after you write a song like Ooh Baby Baby, Tracks of My Tears, Would I Love You, My Girl? Do you feel that after writing these masterpieces that perhaps you're dried up, that you can't write again?
You know, when I was younger, Jerry, I used to go through periods of time, man, whereas I felt like I had kind of like dried up. And the first couple of times that happened to me, I panicked, like, you know, it was kind of like a frightening thing. But after I'd gone through it a couple of times and then came out on the other side and still could write songs and what have you, because I do look at songwriting as a blessing. And it's something that God has bestowed upon me. So I don't worry about it anymore. I don't, you know, after I write a song or something that's a big hit or something like that, I just say, hey, thanks, you know, and keep on stepping, because I don't worry about not writing. In fact, I'm constantly writing, man. I write, hardly a day goes by when I don't write a melody or some words or something, even if I don't finish it.
Smokey, what do you want to do next?
I would love to become involved in movies, every aspect of it, production, acting, what have you, Broadway, you know. In fact, we're investigating a few things like that, and I'm very interested in those areas of show business because, of course, I've been doing this area of it for a long time, the recording and doing the concerts and the clubs and what have you. And I think for expansion, I'd just like to get off into some of those other areas and do some of that other stuff.
I understand. What was one of the greatest things that has happened to you in your life?
One of the greatest things that's ever happened to me, though, is to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, to be in there with people that I idolized in growing up, and to know that as long as there are going to be people on this planet, they're going to know that I was in show business because I'm in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And it's a great honor.
My main man, Smokey Robinson. And the amazing thing is that the songs that he wrote in the 60s are, as I said earlier, timeless. In the background right now, a song that Smokey wrote, and it's a great dance song. No matter what part of the country you're from, if you know how to do a line dance, then this is without a doubt perfection. I present Smokey Robinson. It's a good, good feeling. It's a good, good feeling. Smokey Robinson along with the Fabulous Miracles. Probably one of the greatest compositions that Smokey wrote was a song that he wrote for a group called The Temptations. The year was 1965. The Temptations, when they first began their career, they used to be known as the Primes. But when they hooked up with the material written for them by Smokey, absolutely outstanding. I present to you a composition by Smokey Robinson, the performance by The Temptations doing My Girl.
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month to say. I guess you say what can make me feel this way. My girl, my girl, my girl. got a sweeter song than the little birds in the tree. Well, I guess you and you would say, what happened make me feel this way? My girl, my girl, oh yeah, talking about my girl, my girl.
The year, 1963. The song, Mickey's Monkey. It is written along with Smokey with one of the members of the group known as The Miracle, my old friend, Bobby Rogers. And it's interesting because all over the country in 1963, the kids are doing a dance, which is created by Smokey called Mickey's Monkey. Pete Moore, Ronnie White, and of course originally Claudette Rogers, who's to become Smokey's wife, all members of the group called The Miracles. The year, as I did say, is 1963. In 1972, Smokey leaves The Miracles continue, but yet the music is legendary. The memories, the magic of one William Smokey Robinson, and even today, the young man is still a superstar. As all good things must come to an end, so must this show. But as I do say, no matter where you are, you're on the air, here, there, everywhere, with yours truly, the Geator, the big boss for the big hot sauce. Until we meet again, remember at all times, you keep on rocking, cause you only rock once.